How y'all doing? Welcome back to Larry Reactions. This is your boy Big A. Um, we'll get to these in a minute. Just hold that thought. All right. So, want to talk about the pay-per-view Clash at the Castle. Man, it went down. It went down. So, first thing we're going to get into, pull up my notes here for a second. First thing we're going to get into, first match of the night. Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, and Asuka versus Bayley's new faction, Damage Control. This match was probably one of my most least anticipated. I already kind of knew what was going to happen, what was going to go down. Like I said in the last video, Bayley's faction losing didn't make any. It wouldn't make any. It wouldn't make any sense. It wouldn't make any sense for them to lose. And it happened just like I thought it was. Bayley's team, they faction, they got the win. They got the win over Bianca's team. Some of the chemistry was kind of bad in the match. I know, I know some of the mix-ups, the competitors, they haven't got a chance to wrestle each other, probably in a while or whatever, or whatnot, or whatever like that. But some of the pacing was really off, and the match, all in all, to me, was kind of lackluster. It really was, but they pushed through it. You know what I'm saying? They pushed through it. Like I said, a lot of the spots to me were kind of it was a lot of confusion. Seemed like to me. But they ended up pulling it off, and good win for Damage Control. Bayley's faction. They definitely need to push. Moving right along. Okay. Second match for the Intercontinental Championship. Gunther versus Sheamus. They beat the shit out of each other. This was a stiff match. And then one more surprise that they added. Sheamus always comes out with they call themselves the Brawling Brutes. Him, Ridge Holland, and Pete Dunne. Well, Butch. I can't wait till they change that shit back to Pete Dunne. But anyway, Gunther came out, and there was a surprise. It was Gunther and Kaiser, I think that was his name, the one that always been coming out with him. But they now Fabian, y'all let me know in the comments if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Fabian came out, and man, I was on the edge of my seat. I was like, finally, they cut this bull crap. Let's just get Imperium in here. And that's what they did. Kaiser came out and he announced the leader of Imperium. And man, the crowd lost it. The crowd loved every minute of it. So basically, 3-on-3. But really it was about the Intercontinental title. But of course the other four men, they bust out into a brawl while Gunther and Sheamus were looking at each other before the bell rung, staring right through each other. As soon as the bell rang, stiff shots. Gunther was relentless. I'm talking about, he chopped Sheamus' chest so much, till it was damn near like hamburger meat. Raw. Raw as hell. You could see the cuts going through his chest. Man, it was a hard hitting brawl of a match. I couldn't be more pleased with that match. That match gave me everything that I expected. Everything. It was everything and then some. So Excuse me. So towards the end, like I said, it was a back and forth battle. A lot of good spots showing, their strength, their power, their wrestling skill. A lot of playing to the crowd, which is always a good thing. That crowd was insane. The crowd was nuts. Gunther picks up the win, and once Gunther leaves the ring, and still you're Intercontinental Champion, Sheamus gets a standing ovation because that was one of his best matches, and he had a lot of matches against some outstanding wrestlers, some big talent. But him and Gunther, I'm really hoping they keep this going. I'm really hoping they keep going with this rivalry because this could lead into something amazing, epic. But yeah, Gunther pulled out the win, and he is still your Intercontinental Champion. Okay, moving on to the third match for the SmackDown Women's title. Liv Morgan versus Shana Baisley. First off, let me say, Shana Baisley is an amazing heel. I can never see her as a good guy. She's that badass, no bullshit chick. That beat ass. That's it. Especially with her MMA background. But her going against Liv Morgan, to me, she got a little more character progression to do. I kind of think they threw the belt on her when she won the Money in the Bank and she cashed in on Ronda Rousey. I think she deserves it. She deserved a push. She's been putting in work for a long time, especially her days with the Riot Squad. I mean, she's a good talent. I see her character progression. She's doing a little better in the ring. I still think she needs to work on her mic skills. Her promos kind of like a after school special. That's my opinion. It's kind of some of it kind of cringe. But all in all, they putting her in the right direction. They pushing her in the right direction. So she definitely needs work on her microphone skills, her promo skills. The climax of the match was kind of lackluster. It's like Liv Morgan picked up the win, but when she picked up the win, she hit her finisher, but it just the intensity, it wasn't there. It was like, it's almost like she's playing the victim all the time, and you can't be like that when you're a champion. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of but like I said, her character just needs a little more progression, just a little more work, and I think she'll be all right. I think she'll do good. Definitely think she'll do good. Moving right along. Okay, fourth match of the night. This way it get thick. The Judgment Day versus Edge and Rey Mysterio, with Dominic on the outside of the ring or ringside and Rhea Ripley watching on. Man, as I expected, a lot of fast-paced action, especially dealing with Rey. The entrances, especially Edge's entrance. Edge came out with a mask. I thought that was a nice touch because he was teaming with Rey Mysterio, paying homage to the Lucha Libre style. That was dope. That was really dope. So a lot of back and forth. Like I said, fast-paced action. There was a spot Edge did a 619. That was really cool. And he also did a spear through the ropes like Biggie style. And then the crowd went crazy. Holy shit chants all over the place. So, the match moves along. Uh, Dominic gets cheap shotted by Rhea Ripley. Man, the crowd like, oh. And she throw him in a barricade. She pick him up again. Then Ray comes in. He dives outside the ring for the save. Okay. And again, holy shit chance. So, Finn gets back in. Finn counters the 619. And then Ray gets back in the ring or whatever like that. After he gets thrown out and he gets back in. Finn gets hit with a 619, and then right after the 619, Finn turns around and then got him. Edge hit him with the spear. 1, 2, 3. Edge and Ray win. Okay. So as they're celebrating, Edge and Ray, they're in the ring, Dominic, Ray, and Edge. And they're like, we pulled it off, you know how they do after the match. You did good, you did great, man, all that there. All of a sudden you kind of see, them walking up to Dominic, you know what I'm saying? Dominic, looking at all the chaos that done happened. And then all of a sudden, bam, kick to the nuts. Dom kicked Edge in the nuts, hit him with a low blow. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a proper heel turn. And I saw this coming a mile away. Crowd lost it. Crowd lost it. Ray begging and pleading, Ray telling him, calm down, son, calm down. Soon as Ray turned around, Dominic grabbed him by the arm, put him back in for the clothesline. Bam! The crowd's like, oh man, edge of your seat action. Like I said, I saw that coming a mile away. That was dope. That was really dope. It's been a long time coming. I knew it was coming because I could see Dom as a heel. If he cut his hair a little bit, I can see him going that route. But can you imagine the storyline they can cook up now? Like, what if Edge don't want to let it go, but Ray want Edge to let it go? Ray don't want Edge to hurt his son, but Dominic keep being disrespectful to him or whatever like that. So very, very excited to see. Very excited to see where the storyline goes in the future. Okay, moving right along. The fifth match. Seth Rollins versus Riddle. Arguably one of the most anticipated matches of the night. Especially after what happened on Raw. The verbal exchange that they had. I noticed Riddle's entrance music was a little more touched up. Some nice things happened in this match, and Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins came down dressed up like the devil and had wings on his back. I was looking at him like, man, this damn fool. But the whole crowd was doing the chant along with his music, so it worked. But his tights, his wrestling gear looked like something from Disco Inferno from WCW days. Straight out of Disco Inferno closet, like from Studio 54 or some shit. Like I said, Seth Rollins always been like, since this Seth freaking Rollins, he's been that flashy kind of guy. He came out in lace at WrestleMania. That was the truth. Dude flashy. You can't help. So like I said, it was a lot of back and forth in this match. Rollins, they got outside the ring. Seth Rollins power bomb. He did like the buckle bomb on the barricade on on Riddle, and after that it was pretty much Rollins torturing Riddle, like a lot of the match. Like I said, there was a lot of back and forth. You know, towards the end of the match. They get outside the ring. Rollins grabs Riddle by the hair. Well, actually, this was inside the ring. Both of them on the mat, and Rollins grabs Riddle by the hair and say, "Hey, you're a loser. You're a loser. You know, you piece of shit. That's why your wife and your kids want nothing to do with you because you're a loser, man." And you can see the change. It's like Riddle got possessed by the devil himself, because he went ape shit. I'm talking about just combinations. Flurries. Then Rollins, you know, he counters. He throws Riddle in the ropes. Riddle get caught in the ropes. And then Rollins signals for the taunt for the Randy Orton DDT. And he executed it. He landed the DDT. Booing. They were booing, but then they were doing this chant. You know, they were with him the whole time. And then his asshole got down on the ground and started doing the fist pump, the fist stomp to the ring, like he finna go for the RKO. Then Riddle reverses that to a real choke. They roll out the ring. Riddle repeatedly slams Rollins' head into the announce table. Like I said, going ape shit. Riddle grabs a chair, swings and misses as he gets back in the ring, like right before the top half of his body gets in the rope. Rollins hit him with a curb stomp. Bam! Then Rollins goes up to the top rope and hits him with a second curb stomp. 1, 2, 3. Match is over. A very entertaining match. Very, very good match. This is another one. I hope they don't just end it on this. I hope they keep it going at least for a while, because Rollins and Riddle's chemistry is really good. It's really good, and this can make for a really good rivalry. But moving right along, the next match, last match of the night, main event for the undisputed Universal WWE Championship. The Scottish Warrior, the chosen one, Drew McIntyre, versus the head of the table, the Tribal Chief, the undisputed WWE Universal Champion, Roman Reigns. Now, this match, this is wrestling, professional wrestling at its best. This match was hard hitting. Two powerhouses beating the hell out of each other. I mean, like Sheamus and Gunther was, but you know, this is for the undisputed Universal title, and it's eluded Drew McIntyre for a while. Now, there was a lot of little factors in this match. They already seen ringside. Karrion Kross was in the audience. I was like, oh shit. Prediction. I knew he was gonna have something to do with it. But the entrances though. So Drew came out first, and man, Drew came out to his old theme. It was like a pre-entrance, you know, like Triple H style, but for the main entrance, they played Broken Dreams. And man, I mean, the like I said, the crowd was, I mean, when Drew, after they played Broken Dreams, and Drew came out to his current thing, Drew got the biggest pop, because, you know, that's his homeland, where the pay-per-view was held. Drew got the biggest pop in history. The biggest crowd response. I mean, you can tell the emotion in his eyes, man. He loved every minute of it. And then his ring gear was a throwback to when he was previously in WWE before he left the first time. The Chosen One attire, with the cross swords. He had them on his tights and on his on one side of his knee pad. Very classic, throwback. I liked it. I like he didn't forget where he been, where he come from, the journey to him being in the spot that he's in now. And then, of course, Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns comes down to the ring. His entrance. They start off with the hologram. The tree and the limbs are like blood, the bloodline tree. And the limbs or the bloodline is like wrapping into. You see Roman's face, and then you see the Usos behind him. It's dope. And then of course, Roman pops up on stage. You see him, and then they show his typical, the God mode hologram, where you doing his Dragon Ball Z shit, God mode. So this match was very good. This by far was the match of the night. Real shit. This was by far the match of the night. Match was perfectly paced. No hiccups, no mess-ups. There was a point where they got outside the ring. Drew had words with Cross. Cross basically, getting in Drew's face, and then, Roman ended up countering on Drew or whatever like that. So they get back in the ring, and Roman playing the arrogant heel perfectly, taking Drew's strength and wrestling skill for granted. That's how a heel is supposed to be. Then in the middle of that, he grabs the mic and he tells the arena, "Acknowledge me." And then man, they're boo boo. I mean that's a heel. That is a bad guy. Executed perfectly. Like I said, it was a hard hitting match. A lot of back and forth. Soon as he says, that's right. Soon as he says, "Acknowledge me," and he turns around, he catches a boot to the face, like bam. I was like, shit, and it happened so fast. I mean, he landed it. He caught all that boot. When all this was going on, I was just, like I said, edgy to see action. I was like, I love this shit. Roman Reigns is a smug, arrogant bastard. And that's, I can't preach this enough. That's how a bad guy, a heel, is supposed to be. So Roman signals for a Superman punch. Drew counters with a future shot DDT. So what ends up happening, they tired. Drew gets back on his feet. And then he catches a spear from Roman. Roman goes for the pin. Okay, it's a 2 count. 2, okay. And then Roman applies the guillotine choke. Okay, Drew powers out of it. They roll outside the ring. Drew spears Roman through the barricade. I'm talking about, like I said, beating the hell out of each other. At this point, both men are battered and beaten. They done did everything damn near possible to each other. So they get back in the ring. Drew signals for a Claymore. Roman counters with a spear. Go for the pin. 1, 2. 2 count. Didn't count. Okay, they're back on their feet. Ref gets knocked out. Both men laid out on the mat. Then all of a sudden, Mr. Money in the Bank himself, Austin goddamn Theory coming down there to cash in his money in the bank. Now, as he's going over there with the timekeeper area and he's about to cash it in, Tyson Fury, ringside, lays him out, knocks him out with a little knockout punch. I was like, man. Roman grabs a chair, turns to Drew, and then damn, Drew lands a Claymore. Go for the pin. 1-2. 2 count. Roman kick out. The crowd's losing it. I done lost it. I was like, man, this shit is incredible. More back and forth between Roman and Drew. Roman lands a Superman punch. Then the split second after impact, Drew hit him with the glass guy kiss, the headbutt. And then he hits Roman with a spear. Then a Claymore. I was like, what the hell is going on? He is trying to win this belt. I could appreciate that. And then, as the ref lowers his hand for the 3 count, the ref gets pulled out by this guy in the hoodie. And the guy in the hoodie is revealed to be Solo, the Usos' younger brother from NXT. He finally got the call up to the main roster to join the Bloodline. Solo cheap shots Drew. Roman goes for the spear. He executes the spear. 1, 2, 3. And still, the undisputed Universal WWE Champion, the head of the table, the tribal chief, Roman Reigns. And like I said in the last video, Roman is having the greatest, probably go down in history for having one of the greatest title runs in WWE history. Real talk. This pay-per-view was very good. Love the direction the WWE is going in right now, giving the younger talent a push. Very creative storylines. I mean, I'm all for it. But like I said, man, y'all, it's undeniable. Roman Reigns, Bloodline. But y'all let me know in the comments. What y'all thought if y'all watched the pay-per-view. And y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe. God bless the Fed. Whoa.